Happy November and happy Epilepsy Awareness Month, guys. Wear your purple. As you guys may not know, I have epilepsy. I've been diagnosed for over 10 years now. It's something that I deal with, but it doesn't define who I am. So this is just a little bit of my story. So pretty much how my timeline started, I was a typical, your normal, everything was fine kiddo. So in 5th grade, we had water fountains in the classroom for the elementary school that I went to. And I was getting a drink and I got distracted. My friend came over, got distracted, we're talking. The teacher at the time's like, go back to your desk. So when I went to get up, there's a cement wall and I hit my head against the wall. And I went back to my desk and I'm in tears. And I go to the teacher and I'm like, I have a headache, can I please go to the nurse? The nurse at the time was like on her lunch break or something. So they pretty much had me sit in the office and they're like, we need to call her parent, like she's been crying nonstop. So they called my dad and I just slept it off. I never told my dad or my mom what really happened. I just kind of kept it to myself. So everything was fine until about 6th grade. So between 6th and 8th grade, so between like 12 and 14, puberty hits. So my hormones are all out of whack. And I was having what's called absence seizures. And it basically just looks like you're having a daydream. But I was literally blacking out for like 3 to 5 seconds. And then I'd come to and I'm like, hey, what were you guys talking about? It's like I completely missed what happened in anything. And that just happened, but it just became something that was normal. So from about 9th grade, high school, 9th to like my 2nd year in college, everything was fine. At that time, I'm on birth control for hormone regulation. So that studied everything out. I had a rigid sleep schedule. I was like, I'm getting my 8 hours of sleep. So everything was fine. And again, I don't know that I have epilepsy. So I think it was my junior year in college. Of course, me and my roommate and I, it was our first place and we were having parties every weekend. And I just remember one weekend I had to go home and we had a party until like wee hours in the morning. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna drive home and go to sleep. And I told myself, start your load of laundry before you go to sleep. And I went and I put the detergent in the laundry. And when I woke up, I was in the ambulance. And I pretty much had a blackout. They were just like, oh, she's just tired. She passed out. It's not a big deal. So I just kind of brushed it off, drove back to school, did everything else. So then the next year, I was working and I didn't get any sleep. My work schedule had changed. I was used to working a night shift and I got switched over to the day shift. So I didn't get enough sleep. And at that point, I had a seizure at work. And they asked, when I went to the hospital, they're like, did she have any passed out episodes before? And I was like, I had one almost a year ago. So at that point, they recommended a neurologist. And I think it was like September of that year, I got a phone call on a Sunday. And he's like, you have epilepsy. And I was like, is this forever? And he's like, yeah. And then that's when it's like, oh my gosh. So when it hit me that this is forever, at the age that I was in, I think I thought only old people are gonna have stuff that happens to them forever. Like you didn't get diagnosed with things at a young age. And it really threw me off guard. And I'm not gonna lie, it was a roller coaster for me. I had my high moments, I had my low moments where everything was just on order. I was doing exactly what I was supposed to do. Then you're trying to figure out how to manage like school, your stress levels, all this stuff. It was such a change. So within it, I did have seizures because I really didn't know what my triggers were. So for me, my triggers are lack of sleep and stress. And I've had different situations and different scenarios where it's like, Ruth, you handle that really well, or are you sure you're okay? And for me, it's like things you just can't like focus on it. You can't just hold a grudge about something. It's not worth it. About 2017, that's when I realized, Ruth, you have to put yourself first. And you can't just stress about things that aren't worth being stressed about. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to have a seizure. I really don't want to have it. I don't want to put anyone in a situation where it's like I have it and they may or may not know what to do. thank goodness my circle, they know what to do. My job knows what to do. My family knows what to do. My close friends, they know what to do. And honestly, Vivi, she keeps my stress level down. So she's been a blessing in herself. So that's, that's been something awesome. Some of the low moments I had, like in 2016 to 2017, I could not get it right. I had, I think, like 2 seizures like a month apart, which is not normal for me. And then in 2017 was the biggest one and the last one that I had. And that's when I literally fell on a tile floor, didn't realize I had a seizure, and I broke 2 fingers. And before that seizure happened, I actually kind of had a sensation, which is a good sign that it was like, okay, I'm aware that something is gonna happen. Because typically I don't have that awareness that something's gonna happen. So the information that I received from my doctor was 70% of the cases of people who do have epilepsy, they don't know why they have it. So I'm one of those. The other 30%, it may be a brain tumor, it may be something else related. So we just thank God that I'm in that category. So I know to not get stressed out, I have to get plenty of sleep. And I'm okay with that. I don't have to party. I think I'm fun within a good window of time, so it's fine. And it's not a death sentence. I'm very open about it now. Before I used to be super embarrassed about it, but now I just talk about it and I let people know. And I also become prepared. I have a little heart locket that has emergency medicine. So I pretty much have let my friends and my support circles know, hey, in the event that this happens, this is what you need to do. Because I've had a seizure at the Converse store. So I've had it out in public. And seizures come whenever they want to. They don't give you a warning. Okay, so these are just a few things. If you're ever with someone who has a seizure, do not put anything in their mouths. I don't know where that myth came from that we're gonna swallow our tongues. We're not. It's still there. We're not gonna do that. Don't put a wallet in someone's mouth, a spoon or whatever. Don't do that. If you're not trained, just call 911 and stay by their side to make sure that they're okay. Check to see if they're breathing, put your ear nearby. Make really wise decisions. But if you're trained, you're gonna know exactly what it is that you need to do. So the reason why we wear purple is purple and lavender. So I don't have anything lavender, so purple's the alternative. It's a relaxing and calming color. So we wanna stay relaxed and calm as much as possible. I'm gonna share down a link below to see where you can do some walks and just wear purple in support. I really honestly appreciate all my friends and family who wore purple, those that I shared my story with on social media with the purple heart. I really appreciate that. And I just hope that this brought some awareness, and if anyone has it, that they're willing to share their story. I hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget to love yourself a little bit more. Bye.
It's a donut.
It's an African donut.
Good.
The yogurt.
Everybody has it.